Hi guys, this is Lindsay Coyle. I'm running for Airdrie Mayor and I am about to go to Apple Creek Golf Course for the Airdrie Health Foundation fundraiser. Excuse me. And we're in the suicide prevention month, and I just posted a video to LinkedIn. And my stomach is a little in knots right now. However, before I change my mind, I'm going to share something. So don't listen to this because you're trying to decide whether or not to vote for me, because this is not a political post. This is about suicide prevention, and I believe in normalizing struggle. So I'm going to share my experience with struggle. When I was in grade 9, I had a best friend during the summer, and something occurred. I was busy. I was volunteering, and I started modeling. I had a lot of stuff going on, and I don't think I spent as much time with my friend that maybe she wanted or needed. And when we went to school in September, it was friends off, and I endured the worst school year of my life. I was ostracized and bullied. The girls in my class would whisper and stare at me and throw my things off my desk when they walked by, and just I was like, what? I was so confused. It was an awful year. And it was probably 2 years ago. I've been doing self-discovery work, and I realized that I had suicidal ideations, because I remember when I would be walking home at the end of the school day thinking, they would feel awful if they knew how bad they're making me feel. And what if I committed suicide? What if I killed myself? Then they would feel really bad. Grade 9, that was my thought process. In that year, out of necessity, I became better friends with the guys in my class. I had friends outside of school, thankfully. So I had something supportive. And so when I talk to people, and I hear, that suicide is, I've heard people say it's selfish. And I've heard, the parents, when they've lost somebody to suicide, just being completely blindsided, because they're like, I can't understand how they wanted to die. And based on my personal experience, it's not about wanting to die. It's actually about not knowing how to live within the context of your life in that moment. And as people removed from the situation looking in, we may not be able to understand that. And when somebody is in struggle, they're not necessarily head above water being able to see it. They're struggling, and they're in it, and they can't see that they matter, and they can't see that people love them, and they can't see all those things. And that's it's, when I hear people say, well, it's selfish, I'm like, you know what? I get that you've never been in that spot, in that place in life where you didn't know how to live with what was going on. And I'm happy for you, because I wouldn't wish it upon anyone. And if you've never experienced that, I'm going to ask you to be really thoughtful about the words and the messaging that you put out there, because during these suicide prevention months, everybody's giving toll-free numbers and saying, call me if you need anything. And at the same time, saying things like it's selfish. This is about creating space for compassion, because when somebody is struggling with their mental health, the last thing they need is shame or judgment. And so what I'm trying to create right now is normalizing that it is normal to struggle. I've shared this with my kids. My kids know about my experience in grade 9. They know that I shared that I was struggling, and I didn't talk to anybody back then. and I wish that I had. I was struggling and I didn't know that it was actually serious back then, because I did have the friendship of the guys in my class, and I did have those friendships outside of my class or my school. But what if? What if? What if? Sometimes the difference between having a bad phase in your life and having suicidal ideations and being suicidal is luck. And if you can't find compassion in that, I don't know what to say. So, yeah, I know I'm running for mayor, and many of you guys have an idea of what a mayor is supposed to be, and I likely do not match that. And if this video meets somebody in need right now, so that they understand that they're not by themselves and that struggling sucks, I understand. And I'm personally asking you that if you're struggling and thinking of suicide, to give yourself one more day. And when I say find somebody to talk to, don't just find anybody. Really think about it. Who has the capacity to be with you? Who has the capacity that you know loves you? And I know it's really hard to think about who loves you because you feel like a burden, and you're not. And I know that my saying that doesn't make any difference, but just humor me. Give yourself a day. Talk to somebody who has the capacity to listen and be with you, and know that you don't need to be fixed. You are whole and complete. You are not broken. You're just in a really shitty time right now, and you're going to get through it. And I'm not trying to paint a silver lining, because that's not what I'm here for. And I'm not here to say it's not that bad. It is what it is. And however you feel, you're right. However, you matter, and you're meant to be here. And whatever you're going through, you're meant to get through it so that you can share your gifts with the world. So if my sharing my struggle loses me votes, but reaches one person in their time of need, I'm at peace with that. We can't keep talking about destigmatizing mental health and suicide if we don't talk about it. So here we are. Do with it as you wish. And I wish you all love. There's enough of the other crap out there. So I'm sending you all love. Take care. Bye.